Hi everyone. So this is the video that demonstrates the assembly of our support bar, the new Bounty support bar. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be assembling it on the Deluxe Rebounder that I have over here. But I want to show you that we have one, obviously a model. There's two models right now. There's a model that works for the spring. Then there's a model that works for all the other bungee rebounders besides the bifold. The bifold is coming. So by the time this video is done and it's online, hopefully it's about there. But what I'm going to demonstrate to you is assembling this support bar and how simple it is onto your Deluxe rebounder or your Pro rebounder or your Neon. And just to show you, that same thing is on here. So this is on my Neon and there's a support bar. And this is on the spring and there's a support bar, right? So let's show you what's in the box. So when you get your support bar, this is what's going to be in the box. These components. Okay, I've got the screws on this one, but what you're going to get in the box, it's going to look like that. Now there's an inner insert, and this inner insert, the objective of this, or the use of this, is to connect the two arms together. So when you get it in the box, it may be loose, so then just insert it into either one, like that, and then into the other, like that. And then you're going to kind of swing it until it's in. Don't worry to have it like there's no clipping. It just goes in until, just push it hard enough until you're comfortable. You can swing it. There we go. So now it's in. We want to make it easy for you to kind of detach it and put it back in the box at a later stage. Once those two masts, the two arms are attached, the next thing you're going to do, you're going to just slip over the handle, just move it over that way and center it for yourself. So I'm just going to center that over. Okay, this handle that you hold onto is it's made of very soft inner material that's extremely delicate. So keep that away from kids, etc. Make sure that's always covered by this material covering. So you center that nicely. You take the fancy ends, always Lisa Riley product, fancy ends. Okay, putting that in just to hold that in place and to ensure that the inner doesn't come out. Okay, you're tying that out nice and pretty. And what you're going to have in the box, I'm going to show you this for a second. Don't do what I'm doing with abandon. You see, I'm just like throwing it onto the Deluxe. You want to be careful not to do that, because this will scratch your Deluxe frame. I want to show you what's in the box. I'm actually going to loosen one of these. I'll loosen both actually, and I'll show you. There's a hinge on each leg. So there's a hinge, there is a screw, and there's a wing nut. So Kiara, if you can just come much closer so we can show that. So that's a hinge, that's a bolt or screw, and then that is a wing nut. So each of the connectors has these three components. You can have two of these, and two of these. The difference between the two hinges is the one that you attach to the leg, you'll see one has a connector at the bottom and the other one will have a connector on the top. I'll show you that in a second. So I'm going to loosen the other side. Loosen that. We've already assembled them, and I just wanted to show you how that actually comes together. So the other leg is that connector. Okay. So you see, if you take a look at the two hinges, the one hinge is bottom and the one hinge is top, right? It's just the way it connects to the leg. And then once you've connected it to your rebounder, I'll demonstrate exactly how you attach it to a leg, and that's how you determine which hinge it is. Now, important here is you'll see there's a rubber inner, and that rubber inner, the objective there is to ensure it doesn't scratch your rebounder. Okay, so I recommend that you do have someone helping you with this. I'm going to try and do this by myself. It could be a little bit flimsy, but let's see how we go. Okay, so you lift it up. You're obviously going to connect this to a leg. Now, how do you do this? Make sure that you don't connect it in this way. Because if you connect it in this way, I don't know if you want to come over there so you can see that the support bar is leaning away from the rebounder, right? And that's the incorrect way. So if you connect it like that, that's incorrect. You want to connect it like this, where the angle of the support bar is inward towards the mat and towards you. So I'm going to flick that into that leg, and then I'm going to, now this is important, Kiara, let's capture this. So what I'm doing is at the bottom, there's the two legs. I'm moving the one to the inner and the one to the inner over there, and I'm aligning it in that particular way. So now it's aligned, make sure that you move it just above the rubber foot and above the rubber foot, so it attaches. This is how you then select the hinge. This hinge will work. Obviously, this hinge is not going to work because it won't go in there. So then let's do that. Move it across. Right. Just make sure you've got a firm grip. I'm going to do it that way. Screw just goes through there. and you have a wing nut. Now, if you do it this way, it's not nice to see a wing nut. So maybe you want to do it the other way, right? Do it that way. And we put the wing nut on there. I'll fling that. It's very easy to get this wing nut on. Fling it across. And it's on the leg. Okay, let's just make it nice and tight. Okay, that's nice and tight. Onto the leg just above the foot. Coming across on this side. Putting the hinge on there. Just above the foot. Remember, if it's over the foot, you're not going to be able to make the hinge come together. There we go. Now, if this hinge is not coming all the way and connecting, don't worry. The screw goes right through, and the wing nut is how you connect it. So I'll just hold that up. I'm right-handed, so it's a little bit awkward to put a wing nut on with your left hand. So let me just do that. There we go. All right, tighten that up. Make sure it's nice and tight over there. Okay. Just doing that to give it some extra tightness. I'll turn that side. Okay, and it's on. Your Deluxe. So again, make sure that it's facing inwards. When it's on, just to be clear, this is a support bar. It's not the T-bar. The T-bar is another product we have that has a similar function, but you can actually lean on the T-bar because it has a solid base. It's not attached to the rebounder, and it can take your weight. So you can jump and you can put your weight. This is a support bar. So you're holding this while you're jumping, and it's giving you that extra element that gives you some more confidence when you're on the rebounder. So if you've got a little bit of vertigo, you got a little bit of fear of heights, so you're just not feeling stable enough on the rebounder, an amazing support bar. The T-bar is where you're actually doing workouts on it, right? So so it does have a little bit of a play. So people go, well, wait a minute, what's this play? We don't want to attach it sturdily to the rebounder, because if we do that, and while you're rebounding, it won't move the rebounder. So we had a version of this when we were prototyping, where it actually attached sturdily to the rebounder, and when we rebounded, we found it out if we moved it slightly, the rebounder would lift up at the back or it would lift up on the sides. That would make it an unsafe product. So it does have a little bit of play. That's intentional, because this is a support bar. Hold on to this while you're jumping, and you're going to feel really comfortable. You're going to feel really confident when you're on your rebounder. So again, incredible product, very simple. If you're going to take it off, take off the wing nuts, take this back over, push it that way, pull it apart, put it away, if you want to put it away. Push it in, cover, goes over, make sure the ends are nice and neat again, and attach it, and off you go. Simple. Enjoy your support bar, folks.